Good afternoon and welcome to the 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. My name's David Dellum and I have the honor of serving as the Market Vice President for Cox Communications here in the Gulf Coast Market. And I want to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you here today as we celebrate the amazing accomplishments of these students from across Okaloosa County. When our company's founder, Governor James M. Cox, started Cox 125 years ago, he knew he had to take care of those who came behind him. Being a former school teacher himself, Governor Cox pledged to give back to students in the communities we serve and make sure they have the tools necessary to receive a quality education. Fast forward to today, and you'll see the Cox family living that same pledge. Today's students are tomorrow's future. In this room, we have future community leaders, doctors, lawyers, teachers, electricians, maybe even the next superintendent of schools, who knows? Sometimes, though, kids, just like adults, hit obstacles in their lives. Today, we'll recognize 37 students from across Okaloosa County who not just hit an obstacle, but overcame those obstacles while still maintaining a positive attitude. These heroes have endured unthinkable challenges in life, yet they come to school each and every day with their heads up, smiles on their faces, and inspiring those around them. It's a privilege for all of us at Cox to honor these 37 student heroes. We started this program in our New Orleans market 30 years ago. Our Cox heroes today join an elite list of those who continue to inspire everyone they encounter. Their positive attitudes displayed daily provide a little extra sunshine on those around them. Today, we're happy to turn the spotlight on them, our heroes. On behalf of all of our 350 employees from Cox locally, we thank you for taking time to join us for this celebration, and congratulations to each one of our heroes. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Cam Johnson from our Government and Public Affairs team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, David. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. This is a great program, and I know that you're going to leave here inspired and really moved by a lot of the stories that you're going to hear today. But we could not celebrate these students without the great partnership we have with the Okaloosa County School District. So I would like to invite the Superintendent of Okaloosa County School District, Marcus Chambers, to the podium to say a few words. Superintendent Chambers.
So I have to say, I think for the educators here, and I think the parents as well, I think you'd say this is one of the best days in the school district. And one of the reasons I say that is when I go around to different places across the state, one of the things that people will say is, how does the community support the school system? And we're so blessed in this area that so many support the school system, so I just want to thank Cox for their continued support, but also knowing that we have Representative Rudman who's here today, Representative Saltzman who's here today, and we just absolutely appreciate you wrapping your arms around our school district. But I want to say, to our students, the Cox Inspirational Heroes. I think if you look at kids nowadays, most I think would have to say, if they were honest and they're asked the question, do you have challenges? Do you have things that you have to overcome? The vast majority would say, absolutely, they have things that they need to overcome. But the 37 students in this room right now, not only have they had some challenges or they've had some obstacles, it's maybe to a different level. And the thing that I want to say to the 37 students that are going to come up here in a few moments is whether you are in the elementary, middle, or high school, you've already done some things that some others haven't done, that maybe some adults haven't done. Because to overcome challenges is not easy. You have to look inward. You have to be able to say, can I do this? Have the confidence to move forward. And I tell you, standing up here, this is nothing me standing here. It's your teachers. It's that front office staff. It's your principals who stand beside you each day. That's what makes the absolute difference. And the fact that out of every single student in your school, you were the one who was chosen to be here as our Cox Inspirational Hero. And for that, you should be absolutely proud. And again, Cox, I just thank you for the partnership and what you do for our school system each and every day. So thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Chambers. And as he mentioned, we do have a couple special guests with us today. I definitely want to echo his thank you for being here to State Representative Joel Rudman. Also, State Representative Michelle Salzman. We have School Board Member Tim Bryant with us today. And of course, hiding in the back is Mr. Ted Corcoran from the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. You knew I was going to call you out, sir. Thank you for being here. Finally, I would like to say a special thank you to all of our Cox volunteers. We could not put on this great event without their help, and without the help of these volunteers to get me through this day, it would be just an absolute mess. So thank you to our volunteers who are here today and helping us out. So let's get to the awards. Absolutely. So each student will be called to the front here, along with their presenter, who will give a brief overview of why they were selected as their school's hero. Some of the stories may be longer, some of the stories may be more in-depth. That's okay. We want you to share the information that you're comfortable with and the family's comfortable with sharing. Again, as you've heard, we've had 37 heroes being recognized today, so please keep the comments brief, but definitely tell us why that student was selected as your school's hero. Following the presentation, and I ask when you come up here, the presenter will stand here. There's an X over here to my left, your right, where we ask the student to stand so that they can be seen on camera. Following the introduction, they'll step over here to this other Cox logo, but in front of the camera, where they'll receive a medallion engraved with their name and their school, and a certificate of achievement from Cox Communications, Congressman Matt Gaetz, State Senators Doug Broxton and Jay Trumbull. Also, State Representative Joel Rudman, State Representative Michelle Salzman, and State Representative Pat Maney. They'll also receive letters of congratulations from Governor Ron DeSantis, United States Senator Marco Rubio, and United States Senator Rick Scott. So thank you to all of them who participated in supporting these wonderful kids this year. After they receive all these awards, they will then have their picture taken, and the photographer will have a little pad over here so that the teacher or the student, whoever wants to put their number in, can put their phone number into the iPad, and the picture will actually be texted to you this year. We're doing a digital instead of a printed version this year. In the program, you'll notice the list of the students is alphabetical by school. That's the order in which we're going to go this year. So on the back of each badge that the student is wearing is a number. That's the number in which we're going to call the schools up here for the presentation. I will call you up in groups of 10. As you notice, the microphone is it's not very sensitive. You kind of have to get on top of it, but please don't take it out of the holder. There is a microphone here for the video camera that's attached to it. So just try to get as close as you can to it so everybody can hear the story. We're going to start off with numbers 1 through 10. If you have number 1 through 10 on your badge, if you could please go ahead and line up over here with our two Cox volunteers on my right, your left. Sean and Kent will get you in order, and we'll get started. And as they line up again, I would just request that all the student heroes stay till the end of the ceremony. We're going to do a group photo up here at the front of the room at the end. Also, I do apologize in advance if I do and when I do mispronounce a name, and I certainly will. I apologize in advance for doing that as we get started. All right, so our first hero is going to come from Baker School. Brayshawn Baker is going to be introduced by guidance counselor, Polly Brunson.
When it is time to select our Cox Inspirational Student Hero Award winner each year, we put out a message to the faculty and staff for nominations. This year, nominations flooded in for this young man. One of his teachers, Miss Fountain, could not be here today, but asked me to share these words about him. Brayshawn Baker is the true definition of what a hero should be. It has been a pleasure watching him grow up in our small community of Baker, as well as in the halls of Baker School. Brayshawn is so full of life and is a crowd favorite among his peers. His positive energy is contagious. He is well-mannered, smart, and athletic. His sportsmanship and ability to make quick decisions and smart plays has made Baker School proud. His coaches have stated that he never complains and always shows up for practice and gives 100% in everything that he is asked to do. Brayshawn has not always been handed the easiest cards in life. But because of his amazing mother, April, and grandmother, June, Brayshawn was taught to be appreciative of what he had and to make the most out of his life. These two strong and supportive women worked to make sure Brayshawn, as well as his siblings and cousins, had a home full of love and stability. The year 2020 brought many unwelcome changes and stressors to the world for all of us. But for Brayshawn and his family, they had an additional unthinkable challenge to deal with when his mother, April, was in a terrible car accident that has resulted in continuous hospital care since. The accident meant that his grandmother would step in to raise Brayshawn and his younger siblings, as well as his 5 younger cousins. Just when life seemed to settle down and get in a routine for him and his family, their home suffered a total loss after a house fire this school year. Brayshawn was checked out to go check on his grandmother, but later in the day came back to school because he wanted to check on his younger siblings and perform his duties as a teacher's aide in his sister's PE class. Miss Fountain asked him that day if he was okay. He never skipped a beat and replied, "Miss Fountain, I'm fine. I'm more than fine because all the children were out of the house and no one was hurt. It could have been worse." When asking Brayshawn what he wants to do next, he said, "My ultimate goal in life is to be a Christian counselor. Keep working hard, Brayshawn, and keep making Baker School proud."
Our next hero comes from Blue Water Elementary School. It's Donovan Rowland is from Blue Water, and Michelle Allard and Allison LaFay will now tell us why he was selected as their hero.
Thank you. I'm Mrs. Allard and this is Miss LaFay. We're Donovan's 5th grade teachers at Blue Water. And I'm proud to introduce Donovan Rowland, a 5th grader at Blue Water Elementary. Donovan has not the easiest beginnings to his young life. Donovan lost his father at a young age, and because of that, struggled with controlling emotions, impulsive behavior. Because he's been at Blue Water since kindergarten, we have seen the growth and maturity in Donovan and watched him become the amazing young man he is today. Donovan is always the first one to class each day, ready to learn. Not only is Donovan an excellent student, but also a talented athlete. We know Donovan will accomplish great things, and we see you and are so very proud. And I want to leave you with some quotes from Donovan himself. About 2 years ago, I had a hard time controlling myself. Mrs. Clue was really nice, and she understood how I felt, and she let me stay in the office to calm down in a quiet place. Donovan continued by saying, "My friends also helped get me through the tough times. I've learned by playing sports that things will be tough sometimes, but you have to push through." I think we could all learn from our Cox Inspirational student hero, Donovan Rowland, and keep pushing through. We are going to miss him at Blue Water next year. Congratulations.
Cassie Johnson from Bob Sykes Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Carson Newman.
To begin with, I want to thank Carson for allowing me to be able to give him this award. For I was the Cox Inspirational Hero at Bob Sykes in 4th grade. And it means so much to me to be able to do this for him today. Carson Newman's attitude is a positive one, and he never seems to give in to the struggles he may be dealing with. He is one who gives a high five and a pat on the back to help lift someone up. The empathy he has for others extends beyond the norm of other peers his age. Carson is a student who works hard every day to achieve his goals. He has worked to overcome challenges academically and physically. He strives to give 100% of his abilities to do his best at all times. In addition, he follows the rules given to him and exudes positive behaviors on a daily basis. He does not let a challenge overcome him. Instead, he overcomes the challenge. One example that shows his true sparkle is that he helped get his mom and himself out of the house safely when it burnt down last year. They lost everything in the fire, except his positive spirit. His mom was in the hospital for quite a while, but he endured the struggles and was able to continue life as normal as possible. When he should have been the one being encouraged, he continued to provide hope for others and saw the positives from such a negative. He would say things like, "We got out safe, and that is what truly matters." Carson is truly the embodiment of teamwork makes the dream work, and I'm so proud of him.
Jeanette Sanderson will now introduce us to Ryan Linder, Bruner Middle School's hero.
I had the honor of meeting Ryan last year in the fall during his 7th grade year. He joined my cross-country team, or the Bruner cross-country team, and he was magic on the field. Ran like a gazelle, such smooth running, and as the season went on, he began to win some of those meets, and I got to know him a lot better and his family. And he started off in the Varying Exceptionalities unit at Bruner, and he worked hard to go into the mainstream classrooms. And this year, he is all in mainstream classrooms, achieving to his abilities. And, sorry. He works hard every day. Even this year, you know, as he's winning his meets in cross country, the kids at school are learning his name, and they look up to him and they say, "Are you Ryan? I know your name. You're the one. You're the one that's winning all these meets." So he becomes an inspiration to a lot of the students and the faculty as well. He works really hard at practice. He inspires his fellow teammates to do their best. And in the classroom, he's prepared. He works hard. He helps others, and he tries to inspire the others to follow his lead in the classroom setting. He also is an aspiring actor. He has been to California with his parents to get in contact with agents, and he's working hard even now to audition for commercials and movies and TV shows. And so I tell him one day to make sure to let us know when he gets that Grammy Award. And reflects on where he started here in Okaloosa County, and with all the teachers who support him every day to encourage him in his endeavors. Ryan Linder.
Alyssa Crawford is the hero from Choctawhatchee High School, and Kim Casulo will share her story.
At 15 years of age, this young lady had to face a dark reality with the suicide of her boyfriend. At 16, she witnessed a double homicide. With this experience of trauma and grief, she withdrew from all things in her life, including school. She dropped out. She finally realized she needed to find some consistency in her life. She used her pain and her suffering and focused it on the sport of weightlifting. She's tough and she's very strong-willed. Just months ago, she thrived in her success, placing first in districts, first in regionals, and fourth in the state. In the words of Michael Jordan, if you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it. In my class, she's known as Mama. Everyone comes to her because she's so strong, she's so knowledgeable, and she's so fierce. It is with great honor that Choctawhatchee High School presents our inspirational wall climber to Alyssa Crawford.
France Pierre from Crestview High School will now introduce us to their hero, Izzy Hicks.
Bonjour, good afternoon. By the way, bonjour means hi in French. Isabella Hicks has been my student in French this past year. As I was planning for my classes in August, I took note of her profile. She's severely visually impaired. Even before I approached Izzy, she came to me on the first day of class and requested a seat in front of the class and permission to take pictures using a special camera that she has. And I was so thrilled because I'm also an ESC teacher in the past. We always ask them to be more proactive, and there was a student in my class who came to me and he asked me exactly to help her. I was delighted, and Izzy also has a class across from me, from my classroom. During my planning periods, the first 2 months of schools, she will come during my planning period every day to check on the work, double check on the work, and have me check her work in French before she turn it in. Izzy never complains, no matter what the challenge. She studies slow. However, her grades and performance quickly increased. Her work habit in class, participation, collaborative work, earned her the respect of her peers as well as mine. She's polite, respectful, articulate, and takes time to help others in the classroom. Her circle of friends is growing. Izzy has also inspired me. As you notice, I wear glasses. When I don't have my glasses, I think it's the end of the world. But when I look at her, I say, you know something, stop complaining. Okay. Academic and social growth in my class are an example of the rewards and inspiration that lift me daily to provide more valuable teaching and learning opportunities for all my students. It takes her longer than most students to access the content using a magnifying glass and assistive technology, but she gets it. Yet, she approaches every challenge with a smile on her face. On the walls of Crestview High School, there's a slogan that says it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Izzy had that fight in her. And I believe that fight will take her to Crestview High School and college and to her career. So I'm proud to present Izzy as the inspirational student from Crestview High School. Thank you.
Davidson Middle School is next to the podium. Eric Davis will introduce us to their hero, Addison Manine.
The final requirement of Marine Corps boot camp is called the Crucible. The Crucible will either transform a recruit into a Marine or it will break them. We will all face a crucible in our lives, sometimes more than one. Whatever our own personal crucible may be, it will change us for better or worse. Childhood should not be a time when we have to face our crucible. Unfortunately, we see young people all the time who do. Many of them become withdrawn or angry, but some thrive. The crucible shapes them into a better, stronger individual. The young lady that I have the honor of presenting today is one of my students. Soon after the school year began, I received an email from her mother. Her mother told me that she was new to Crestview and attending a new school, a difficult transition to make for any student. Her mother told me that she also had a sister who was severely autistic, and that she has had to make many sacrifices to accommodate the care of her sister, yet she never complains about that. And her father was diagnosed in 2021 with stage 4 inoperable cancer. His prognosis was not good. As I read her mother's email, I could not fathom how an 11-year-old could cope with the reality of that situation. No one would fault her if she were to succumb to despair, to become angry at the world, or to hide within herself. But she didn't. Her crucible shaped her into a thoughtful, caring, and determined individual. She is an AB student. She is a leader on her lacrosse team. She has many friends. She is a loving and caring sister. She is a daughter that any parent would be proud of. She is all of these things despite the hardships that life has given her. For these reasons and more, I am honored to present Addison Manine as Davidson Middle School's Cox Inspirational Hero.
Cecily Hinton from Destin Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, River Lee Miller.
Good afternoon. This is the second time River has been up here as our Cox Hero. Let me tell you why. When she was in kindergarten, she woke up violently ill at Christmas and ended up in emergency surgery, brain surgery, for bleeding on the brain and a tumor. She spent days and days in a coma, and because of that surgery and because of the coma, she had to fight back. She had to climb a wall. She had to learn how to speak, to walk, to eat, to do school all over again. In order to go on to first grade, her caring, wonderful kindergarten teacher came to her home to make sure she learned everything she needed for first grade. And she moved on to second grade, and she moved on to third grade, and was doing so well. And the summer before she came to fourth grade, she hit another wall, another tumor, and had to endure it all over again. Her doctor tried to keep her down for weeks, but nothing can keep Reverly down. And with grit and perseverance and determination, she fought through that obstacle, and she showed up on the first day of fourth grade with a smile on her face to meet me. River is a junior black belt. She's a straight A student. She's kind, she's respectful, she's everyone's friend. She is a teacher's dream, and she is her mother's personal hero. I'm honored to present River Lee Miller for Destin Elementary.
Next to the podium from Destin Middle School is Brooke Blair to tell us about their hero, Maria Jasinska.
Maria made her way to us at Destin Middle School last year via Ukraine, Italy, Germany, and then finally to the U.S. Despite an extremely difficult time in her homeland, she has risen above many barriers to shine and pay tribute to her country of Ukraine. Her resilience and work ethic have been instrumental to her success. She knew very little English upon her arrival to America, but in this short year, she has amazed both her teachers and classmates with her acquisition of the English language. Her improvement in both reading and math has been phenomenal, and she even scored the highest level on FAST this past week for 5th grade. Her zest for life is contagious. She consistently is a positive role model for her classmates, and she even made the soccer team as a 5th grader at Destin Middle School, an uncommon feat. Her love for sports goes back to her roots in the Ukraine, where she was ranked 7th in her age group for figure skating. She makes all who know her proud. Her joyful disposition and optimistic attitude towards her classmates is inspiring to all who know her. Her contributions to our school and community have been nothing short of heroic. Congratulations, Maria.
Our next hero comes to us from Edge Elementary School. Zachariah Williamson will be introduced by Dina Fugesson.
Hi, I'm Dina Fagundes. I'm a speech-language pathologist at Edge Elementary, and we are so proud to announce Zachariah Williamson as our hero. She is absolutely delightful and an amazing student who has worked so hard and overcome academic challenges. She is kind, she is hardworking, she gives 100% effort, she never complains, she always has a smile on her face. When something's difficult for her, she problem solves using all the strategies that she has learned to figure it out on her own. She also self-advocates. She asks for help when she needs it and when it's needed. When something's easy for her, she willingly helps peers who might be struggling so they can be successful also. Our teachers at Edge Elementary and all the staff are so grateful to have had the opportunity to work with her over the last several years, and we're sad to see her go as she's a 5th grader, so we wish her the best. It has been a pleasure to see her grow, mature as a learner, and we are so very proud of her hard work.
Adrian Askew is the hero from Edwins Elementary School, and he will be introduced by Samantha Ottaway.
Hi, I nominated Adrian Askew as the Edwins Elementary Cox Student Hero because he really is a light to everyone around him. Adrian attended Edwins for his kindergarten year and then returned this year as a 4th grader. Even though he had been at a different school for the past few years, he picked up as if he had never left and quickly became friends with everyone around him. Adrian has truly thrived this year, even while facing immense hardships. He has overcome many tragedies in his family, including the death of his mother last school year and losing his uncle and cousin this school year, all things that a child should never have to face. Adrian was adopted by his best friend's family, and they are now some of the biggest supporters and advocates you could ask for. Adrian has also overcome some medical challenges and had to have ear surgery this fall. He is one of the most resilient people I know and has overcome many challenges that most adults have not even had to face. Just through interacting with Adrian, you would never know the struggles he has experienced. His goal is to put a smile on everyone's face. In talking to Adrian about this award and why he was chosen, he stated that he would love to share his journey and story with everyone because he hopes to inspire others to never give up and to always be kind. Adrian, we are so thankful you attend Edwins, and I'm so glad you're in my class. This year would not have been the same without you. I'm honored to be your teacher and to present you with this award.
Sherry Chavers from Eglin Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Emmy LaFowl.
Hello, we are the village that supports Emmy. Emmy LaFowl is a loving, sweet, witty, and sometimes even sassy 4th grade student. She has an infectious laugh and determination to succeed with any barriers that she faces. 4th grade has presented Emmy with many challenges, including an increased workload, higher expectations, and rising health concerns while battling a very rare disease. Emmy has overcome these obstacles and continues to exceed expectations. She works incredibly hard every day to meet her personal goals, all while bringing a smile to the faces of her peers and teachers. Emmy's commitment and perseverance to her individual and educational growth has been an inspiration to all who know her. It has truly been a joy to watch and experience Emmy's continued positive outlook every day and the impact that she has on her classmates and educators this year. Congratulations to Emmy LaFowl for being our Eglin 2023 Cox Inspiration Hero.
Kelly Vasquez from LA Point Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Anna McNamara.
Picture this. It's December 2022. 18 third graders are coming in. Miss Velasquez, Miss Velasquez, Miss Velasquez. Get your backpack. Okay, morning work. They all get settled down. Announcements are about to come on. And this wee little girl is standing at my door. I didn't know if she was going to come in or if she was going to run down the hallway. She was so intimidated, so scared. Throughout the day, teachers forget that not all students remember the rules. God knows I forget them. We forget that even though the rules are posted on our walls, that some students don't see them every day. Anna didn't know our rules. She hadn't been to class. And so every time she did something that wasn't part of our rules, I would remind her, and she would tear up. And I'm like, okay. So by the end of the day, we go to recess, and Anna, I believe, sees a student come up and sit beside me on my bench. I call it my psychological bench. The students just know to come and sit down and to leave whoever's there alone for their little time. Well, so Anna started talking to me, and she told me about her past. in little bits every day. And I came to know Anna and really admire her. She'd been through multiple foster homes. So she was afraid. And I believe that she was afraid if I was upset at her, that I was going to get rid of her. And that was a struggle that I had to cope with because I did not want any of my students to have fear. Anna is like a mini-me. I see myself every day in her. She has become so active in our classroom. I decided 2 days into her coming to our school, I was going to give her one of the lead parts in the school assembly, the Christmas assembly, or holiday assembly. And she's like, me? I don't know. People don't like me. And I'm like, you're going to do great. She shined. I had tears in my eyes watching this student shine. And ever since then, she has never been without a friend. There's always someone who has wanted Anna to come sit beside them, play with them, help them. She is very helpful. Anna is my best reader in class. She tests one of the highest in all of our assessments, and especially Fast and I Ready. And all the students know they can come to her and she will read something to them or she will help them because she's already completed her work. Anna doesn't fail to challenge me. Why, Mrs. Velasquez? I don't agree with that, Ms. Velasquez. Well, benchmark says, let me go talk to my other teachers and see what they say. I love it. I have told Anna, if a teacher does not let her ask why, well, we know what kind of teacher that is. I want her to continue challenging people. I want her to stand up for herself. She may be tiny, but she is big. She is larger than life, and she's going to do great things. I am so proud of Anna McNamara.
Ariana Naheda is the hero from Florosa Elementary School, and Rosia Khan will share her story.
Good afternoon. Well, I am here with Miss Pacheco, her kindergarten teacher, okay? And she is a 5th grader. I remember meeting Ariana when she was in a stroller when her brothers came to Florosa. She doesn't remember that, but she was a tiny tot. Ariana has spent her entire elementary school years as a Florosa Roadrunner. She began as a bright-eyed kindergartner in Miss Pacheco's class. She remembers not speaking English when she started school, but was happy to have the support of Miss Pacheco and Miss Guernsey, our interpreter, who spoke Spanish and helped her learn English. Through the years, Ariana has gained more confidence as she became more proficient as an emerging bilingual student. Even though reading has been a challenge for her, it remains her favorite subject. She continues to apply herself and progress academically. Ariana exemplifies Florosa's theme of perseverance. This once quiet, shy girl is now a social butterfly. Her maturity and confidence are characteristics that caught the attention of her teachers and the SRO. She is a member of the 5th grade safety patrol team. She is a friend to all, and she takes her leadership very seriously. When asked what she loves most about school, she said, Florosa is an exciting place to be. She loves learning, she loves her teachers and her friends. But most of all, Ariana inspires everyone around her. That's why she is Florosa's Cox Hero recipient. Thank you.
For Walton Beach High School, named Dominic Cannell, their hero And here is their principal, John Spolsky, to tell us why.
Good afternoon, John Spolsky, Fort Walton Beach High School. And with me I have Dominic Cannell, and he's our hero and he's my hero. I've known Dominic for 3 years. He went to Pryor and went to Bruner and then transferred over to Fort Walton Beach High School, and he's absolutely amazing. He had some extensive surgeries when he was young, and you wouldn't know that he's had any problems or any issues. He loves auto mechanics, so we kind of share that passion. And I put him on the spot while we were driving up here together and asked him what his favorite automobile was. He needed a little time for that one, because real car lovers, it's hard to pick one. He loves history, specifically the Civil War period, but really his affinity is for auto mechanics. He goes to OTC with Mr. Williams and studies, and his plan is to continue that and then work on luxury automobiles when he graduates. I'm just lucky that I have him for another year. We share a lot of stories at lunch in the Commons. He's very social, and unfortunately, Shoal River, his favorite car wasn't a Mustang. Florosa, it wasn't a Roadrunner. It was a '78 Pontiac Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. I am proud to know him. He inspires me. He gives me fuel on those days when I really need it, and I'm just here to support him. And there was a little arm wrestling match at school at who would get to bring Dominic today, because so many people are connected with him because of who he is, not because of what we do. And he is Fort Walton Beach's hero, and I'm proud to be here with you, Dom.
Kristen O'Shea from Kenwood Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Genevieve Banks.
This is Genevieve Banks, and one of the wonderful things is that she's on our safety patrol, and she's not just there to tell students to slow down and not run to class, but she's there as a leader. She greets them with a smile, a warm smile, asks them how their day is doing, and just shows what it is to be a great Kenwood Bulldog. She loves to be your typical fourth grader. She loves soccer, computer, playing and giggling with her friends. And mom and dad know she loves to sleep in. She was sharing this with us earlier. She has overcome many obstacles and barriers in her life. At infancy, she received her cochlear implants and just recently was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. And throughout these diagnosis, she has overcome and surpassed many expectations at school this year, leading the way and showing other students how to maintain challenges and struggles that she has endured. When I asked her this week, what is one thing you want me to share? She goes, it's simple, don't ever give up. And so we love to watch Genevieve as she is an inspiration across our campus. So thank you for being our hero, but not only that, also one of mine.
Deborah Adams from Laurel Hill School will now introduce us to their hero, Jayleon Smiley.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to Jayleon Smiley. Jayleon has been a student at Laurel Hill School for most of her academic career. And when I say most, there's only been one grade level that she was not at Laurel Hill School. She started in kindergarten, and she is a junior this year. So she's going to be graduating next year, which is hard to believe. Over the last couple of years, I've watched Jayleon. She has grown. She has matured to be a positive student leader. Jayleon has always been very strong-willed and determined. But she is committed now to using her powers for good. Jayleon is a member of the varsity girls basketball team and is considered a role model by her teammates. She is also an active member of our leadership class and served on the junior class prom committee this year. Jayleon has always been incredibly respectful. Her biggest barrier in the past was discipline referrals. And consequently, her grades suffered as well. But this year, and last year, she has made positive, intentional choices and has been on the AB honor roll all year long. Her teachers and administrators are so very proud of her, especially me. She is kind, she's dependable, respectful, and a pleasure to have in our school. But I do have one little funny thing I want to say. Jayleon started driving to school a couple of months ago. Yesterday, she hit a parked car in the parking lot. But we made it through that, and she's here today. We made it through, and it's good. Mom's not sure it's good yet, but we're going to convince Mom it is. But I'm very proud of her, and I'm glad you got to see her today.
And here to introduce our hero from Lewis School, Nathan White, is Principal Lindsay Smith.
Addie R. Lewis School is proud to have Nathan White as our 2023 Cox Inspirational Hero. Nathan, currently an 8th grader, has been a Falcon since kindergarten and is known and loved by all of his teachers. Nathan has had personal challenges with being a person with disabilities, but also has had to deal with the unexpected loss of his father. We have selected Nathan because he demonstrates all of our SOAR Falcon traits, even in the face of adversity. S is for seek success, and Nathan does that by maintaining A's, B's, and C's in his courses. O is for own it, and he never hesitates to ask for help when needed and advocate for his needs. A is for accepts others, and Nathan is always a friend to others. R is for rises up, and Nathan accepts responsibility for his younger siblings and checks on them at dismissal, and really just rises up every day. We are so proud to have Nathan White represent our school community because he embodies what we all strive to be: kind, caring, and courageous Falcons. Nathan White.
Enrique Lopez is the hero from Longwood Elementary School, and here are Brittany Maddox and Christina Brooks to tell us why.
The Cox Inspirational Student Hero recognizes a student that has shown great fortitude by successfully adapting to challenges. The inspirational student that came to our mind was Enrique Lopez. As we all know, 4th grade is a challenging year with state assessments and the ongoing preparation of becoming a 5th grader. Enrique came into our classroom knowing minimal English. He moved to America from Mexico in 2021 and enrolled in the ESOL program in November of 2021. When Enrique entered our 4th grade classroom in August of 2022, he was very shy and quiet. Our ESOL teacher, Ms. Wynn, shared that it's very refreshing to have a student like Enrique, who is so enthusiastic and grateful for just being in a school in America. The first time she met him, he warned her, no English. She continued to add that he is curious and eager to learn, takes pride in completing his daily homework on time, and he is willing to do extra practice at home to improve his English. Enrique went from asking minimal questions to forming complete sentences. We watched him blossom over the past 6 months, and he takes advantage of all the resources and learning opportunities that are given to him. He participates daily in the classroom, sharing his thoughts and knowledge with his peers. He has persevered in mathematics by growing 2 grade levels on iReady to now on grade level. Recently, Enrique earned his first 100 on a mathematics assessment on fractions, which was a difficult task for all. He has impressed us with how determined he is in the classroom, as well as how quickly he has learned such difficult material. He has made incredible academic gains, but also has made positive social connections. He has many diverse friends in the classroom and engages in conversations with these students using the English language. Enrique did not let the challenge of having a language barrier deter him from making huge strides this 4th grade year. We have enjoyed watching this young man grow, and we look forward to his future academic accomplishments. One day, Enrique aspires to be a doctor, and he seems determined to reach his goal. Enrique is deserving of the Cox Inspirational Award since he is able to successfully adapt to the challenges of learning a new language and culture and make academic gains in a short time. Enrique Lopez.
Our next hero comes to us from Antioch Elementary School. Colleen DeWise will tell us why they selected Demery Wilkins as their hero.
Teachers are known to be leaders in the classroom, but every now and then a student will come along and shine through as a leader themselves. Demery Wilkins is that inside and outside of the classroom. Demery has faced a lot in his 11 years of life. He has overcome family adversity as well as academic setbacks. As an ESE student in Okaloosa County School District, he has faced learning challenges that many cannot relate to. However, he has not let those obstacles defeat him, and he is working very hard to meet his goals. In fact, he has been in the CBS unit for several years, and just recently he has started going to the general education classroom. So he's becoming successful with that. So we're really, really proud of him for that. You would never know the obstacles that this student has endured because of his positive demeanor that he displays both at home and at school. He cares very deeply for his family, and he loves helping his mother and siblings. This compassion extends into the classroom where he helps other students after he finishes his own work. Demery is the student who you know is going to be the one to help change the world for the better. He's our Antioch Aviator.
Tyler Tiza from Meigs Middle School will now introduce us to their hero, Susie Garcia.
Oh, this was not made for tall people. So the faculty and staff, as well as myself and Mr. Hill, are happy to select Susie Garcia for this Cox Inspirational Student Award. It's because of her hard work, positive attitude, and all-around spirits around campus that she's won this award. Susie is by far the most positive individual I have ever met in my life. I'm not great at public speaking, and over there I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this. She's like, you got this, Mr. Teaser, you got this. But she, in and out of the classroom, she's always like that. She always wants to uplift her peers or even her teachers. And she is an active role model and active person on campus. She's in several clubs, critical thinking, chorus. She's on our archery team as well as Hope Squad at our schools. So she makes a lasting impact on everybody. Some of her teachers who couldn't be with us tonight had these things to say. From Miss Hill, Susie is one of the most kind, compassionate, and hardworking students I've had the pleasure of working with this year. Her contagious smile and affinity for helping and encouraging her peers, and sometimes even her teachers, is a testament to her character and resilience. I look forward to seeing all that she achieves for herself throughout high school, as well as beyond into adulthood. And her ELA teacher, Ms. Salter, even said, "She's an amazing young woman who is bright and shining star in every way. I have never seen Susie without a smile on her face. Her enthusiasm for school is evident in her consistent dedication and hard work. Susie is one of the most positive faces here on our campus at Meigs. Her peers gravitate towards her for her natural positivity. I have no doubt that Susie's sweet spirit and desire for academic excellence will continue to lead her onwards into paths of greatness." These are just some of the people that are impacted by Susie on a daily basis. I probably could have more, but we'd be here for like 30 minutes. So, but overall, it's clear despite any of the challenges that have been thrown Susie's way, she will persevere and rise above those. She encompasses all that Wildcat is at Meigs, and Susie has left a lasting impact on our campus, and it is our honor to present her with this award this evening.
Charlie Morello, principal of Niceville High School, will now introduce us to their hero, Eric Sermons.
Thank you. I am proud to introduce senior Niceville High School Air Force Junior ROTC cadet Eric Sermons. Eric lives with his grandparents and helps to take care of his family. Eric is always smiling and never complains despite family stress and financial hardships. Eric has challenged himself academically at NHS, taking a rigorous course load, and also takes courses here at Northwest Florida State College. He maintains a 3.85 weighted grade point average and has excelled in the classroom. Most impressively, this past year, Eric was elected the ROTC Cadet Corps Commander of the NHS Junior ROTC Fighting FL 33rd. So he is the student leader in charge of the entire ROTC program at Niceville High School. He leads 140 students by establishing rules and executing goals through appointing student staff members and selected leaders, and he has done an exceptional job of that. Eric's growth has been phenomenal over the last 4 years. He has gone from a shy, under-the-radar, introverted student to an absolute leader amongst his peers. Eric is headed off to basic training in South Carolina in June and hopes to eventually attend the University of West Florida. Could not be more proud to introduce our Cox student hero, senior Eric Sermons.
The Northwest Florida Ballet Academy selected Zoe Coker as their hero. Melody Pittman will tell us why.
Good afternoon. I'm Melody Pittman, and on behalf of Yvonne Migna, our principal, and myself, it is my honor to present this award to one of my third graders. The perception of the Ballet Academy is that the students are perfect. Well, we all know there's no such thing as perfect. I'd like to perceive this as grit instead. If you notice, the emblem behind me is a star. Zoe is our shining star at Northwest Florida Ballet Academy. She is a third grader, and while she is very young, she has star power. She is our inspirational student hero because her personal challenges with ADHD and dyslexia are barriers that she has worked hard and persevered to overcome. She is very young, but gives 100% each day at school. She always self-advocates, participates, and always has a beautiful smile on her face. She is constantly making strides towards personal success and academic gains, like this week and last week when she took the FAST and scored a level 3. She also was a low level. We won't talk about what we were, but we will talk about the perseverance to a level 3 and what will be in the future. Personality-wise, she is kind, caring, appropriately comedic, and always has that beautiful smile. It lights up every room she enters. And because of this, perseverance, grit, and star power, she is a joy to teach every day. Because of the Ballet Academy's rigor, she not only excels academically, but also in dance, French, art, music. She sings, plays the piano, and is a gymnast at Emerald City Gymnastics. Zoe overall encompasses all the character traits that I believe make her an excellent recipient of a very young but star power-filled Cox Inspirational Student Hero, Zoe Coker.
Northwood Elementary School's Aaron Adams will now introduce us to their hero, Miguel Rodriguez.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Northwood Elementary School's Cox Inspirational Hero, Miguel Rodriguez. When I think of Miguel's story, I'm reminded of F. Scott Fitzgerald's quote, "Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall." Fall of 2021 brought not only a change in weather, but in life for Miguel. You see, Miguel moved to America from Germany, At 10 years old and only having ever attended German-speaking schools and acclimated to one culture and language, moving to an English-only speaking school in Florida was quite a challenge and change for Miguel. His initial enrollment at Northwood was challenging for him. Some days ended in tears for him, and some days his teacher ended in tears wondering how could she help him more, how could she make him feel successful. Miguel attended private school for a few months, and then we were blessed that he returned to us in the spring of 2022. Upon his return, a new season had come about for Miguel. He was excited and eager to learn anything and everything that we could teach him. His conversational skills in English have grown tremendously, and he is always eager to participate in class discussions. As a school counselor, I am so blessed that I get to push into classrooms and work on helping our students' character traits develop. And I have seen so many of these character traits that we have worked on throughout the year grow in you, Miguel. I've seen you be respectful. I've seen your kindness to students, and I've seen how you persevere when things get tough. Miguel has shown over a year's worth of growth on his iReady test from the fall to winter, and then in math, he's shown over 2 years worth of growth. So needless to say, we're very eager to see that final growth that you're gonna show us. Miguel, growth like this comes from your hard work, your encouragement from peers, teachers, and family, and your determination. When faced with a challenge, Miguel has always told me, "I can try my best, Miss Adams," with the biggest smile on his face. All of these are qualities that have shown that Miguel is truly Northwood Elementary School's Cox Inspirational Hero.
Dr. Martin from the Okaloosa STEM Academy will now introduce us to their hero, Diego Rodriguez Mundo.
I have had the pleasure to know Diego since he was a kindergartner at Destin Elementary School, so we've come a long way. Diego has always been a fine young man. I was very pleased to accept him into the STEM Academy. He's a scholarly student. He's a seventh grader now at STEM, and he possesses so many remarkable qualities. He deserves this recognition more than anyone I can imagine. He's experienced a life-altering tragedy this past summer when he was in Hawaii with his family. Diego unexpectedly lost his father in a tragic accident. His father was always a very integral part of his life. We saw him at Destin Elementary very frequently. His father was involved. Although he was active duty, he was always there to coach Diego in sports. Diego continues to play baseball. He's a star pitcher, and he is on and off the field, in and out of the classroom, just a stellar human. This year, of course, he's had his good days and bad days, but he's persevered and maintained his excellent academic standing at STEM. Behavior has always been impeccable from this fine young man. We have advanced courses at STEM. He has not missed a beat. He missed the first week of school because of that accident. It was at the very end of the summer. This young man's invisible cape is just one I wish I could carry myself. One teacher reports that she's had the pleasure of seeing him evolve into an innovative scholar. He enjoys writing, reading, robotics, math. I think loves it all. He consistently offers creative input to class discussions. He's easygoing, gets along with everyone. He actually instantly puts you at ease when you have a conversation with him. He's the kind of kid that you talk to and you feel like you've known him for your entire life. Other teachers noted his innate leadership quality. He's very quick to offer a helping hand to his peers. He's a peer mentor, and he has not missed a beat on that as well. He offers a listening ear. He identifies when his peers are down and tries to lift their spirits. And the culmination of this young man's positive qualities is what STEM strives for. Our mantra is we all rise when we lift one another, and Diego is a perfect example of that, a living example of that every single day. So I am pleased and honored to recognize Diego Rodriguez Mundo as STEM Academy's Cox Hero of the Year. Congratulations.
Jennifer Sawinski from Plough Elementary School is next to the podium to introduce us to their hero, Aiden Tupper.
On behalf of Plough Elementary, our amazing school, I want to introduce you to this amazing young man, Aiden Tupper. Aiden has overcome many recent challenges at such a young age, some that most people should not have to endure at that age. An absent mother and a dad who passed away suddenly, Aiden was taken in and is loved currently like their own son by a family friend. Through this, he comes to school every day, ready to learn, and with the biggest smile on his face every morning. He is the first to my door when I greet him. I love that smile, and I love hearing him on the ramp, running in. He has worked extremely hard for 2 years. I have been blessed to teach him for those 2 years. He manages and copes with behaviors stemming from trauma and ADHD to perform and believe as he is expected in my very high-achieving classroom. I have high expectations. His grades and test scores are his highest yet in 5th grade. He jumped 2 levels on this past FAST test from the beginning of the year. Due to attentive monitoring by myself and his adoptive family, we text back and forth quite frequently on the phone to help keep him accountable. He is compassionate, he is caring, he is a great friend to everyone. He is so imaginative. I know he's going to do such great things. He's courageous, and this is the reason why he's receiving our award with unanimous voting. They say in the Navy community, where I was a part of for almost 30 years, that it takes a village to raise children. It truly does. And we have part of our village here today for him. We will continue to follow him. There are no limits for Aiden, and I'm so very proud of him.
Ashley Black from Pryor Middle School will now introduce us to their hero, Tanika Jackson.
Tanika Jackson is a phenomenal Pryor Pirate and a student we are proud to celebrate. She lives with her twin brother, father, and aunt. Her father says she is perfect to me and describes her as good all the way around. Her aunt says it is her heart of gold and her commitment to putting others first that stand out most. Her teachers describe Tanika as a delight to have in the classroom. She is engaged, eager to learn, and has grown into a wonderful young lady. Her sense of humor is contagious, and she is a bright, uplifting light every day in the classroom. She is always involved in classroom discussions and brings interesting perspectives to the conversation. With the support of her IEP and her extreme dedication to her studies, she has maintained an AB average in her 3 years at Pryor. She has never received a discipline referral and is a student we can count on to be an encouragement to others, despite having her own family tragedies and hardships. Tanika is incredibly goal-oriented and well-rounded. She has already started earning high school credits, accelerating specifically in math. She participates in chorus and is a former cheerleader. Her future aspirations are to become an architect and to start a charitable foundation. She describes herself as smart in my own way and thinks she is a good friend. We are proud to nominate Tanika as this year's Cox Inspirational Hero.
Vanessa Harrington from Richburg School will now introduce us to their hero, Allie Drake.
She wanted me to push her so that she could wave. Alexandria Allie Drake has been a student at Richburg School since 2014. She was born with a rare chromosome disorder, the partial deletion of her 8th chromosome. When she was little, she went to physical therapy weekly with the goal of learning how to walk. With hard work and determination, she learned to use a walker and eventually graduated to being able to walk, run, and play without limitations. Unfortunately, around the time she turned 14, walking became increasingly difficult, resulting in falls, broken bones, and trips to the emergency room. To avoid the falls and broken bones, Allie transitioned to a wheelchair. Allie's transition, however, has not bothered nor set her back. She masters its use and still participates in all of her favorite activities. Allie personifies that you are not a result of what happens to you, but that what happens to you is a result of what you create. Allie's example shows us all that having perseverance and determination is essential to overcoming obstacles in life. She has shown what optimism and a cheerful outlook can accomplish, and it has made her journey much easier. Although some tasks have become more challenging, Allie will attempt anything asked of her. She has assisted in the on-campus jobs group with building and assembling structures such as office furniture and the school's greenhouse. She helps beautify the school by assisting with the maintenance of the plants, collecting garbage and recycling, and helping teachers cut or laminate their classroom materials. In the off-campus jobs program, Allie volunteers at the Crestview Manor, where residents marvel at her infectious smile, positive attitude, and her altruistic acts of kindness. Allie also assists her peers with making good choices with behavior and is quick to offer hugs just to help brighten someone's day. She also does not shy away from her responsibilities at home. She unloads the dishwasher, loads the washing machine, unloads the dryer, takes out the garbage and other household chores. One of her favorite things to do, however, was to go to the assisted living facility to visit her great-grandmother. And she would insist on pushing great-grandma down the hall to go outside just so that she could enjoy the sunshine. She also enjoys telling great jokes, of which she often laughs before the punchline is delivered, but she likes to listen to Justin Bieber. And she engages in some fierce wheelchair boogie woogie. Isn't that right, Miss Allie? Being quite the fashionista, Allie always arrives at school drenched in pearls and jewels, presenting a princess wave as she's lowered off the wheelchair ramp off the school bus. Side note, Allie's a little bit of a fashion police too. If she approves of your ensemble, she'll smile at you and come and give you a hug and a handshake as she passes by. But if she disapproves, she will roll right past you without making eye contact, without responding to the loud, repeated calls at her name, without looking. I'm sorry, I was having flashbacks. Okay, where were we? All right, Allie lives with passion, kindness, and acceptance. It's impossible to feel sad or down when you're lucky enough and blessed enough to spend time with Allie. Another one of her favorite pastimes is to scare the bejesus out of you, even though you're looking directly at her. She'll come up behind you and go, boo, and then just crack up with laughter. She's a hero to her family and her community. The faculty, staff, and administration at Richburg School are honored to acknowledge Alexandria Allie Drake as a 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero.
Brianna Butler from Riverside Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Haley Markheim.
Haley is a student that comes to school each day with a positive attitude and shows compassion and grace to her peers. Haley has maintained A honor roll all year while being a member of Student Council and Lego League. Throughout the school year, Haley has overcome challenges in school and at home. Before Christmas, Haley lost a close family member. Haley was able to confide in safe adults to work through her feelings and persevere. Throughout the times when Haley had to be involved in situations most adults struggled through, she did so with grace and continued to be a model student who is very loved amongst her peers. Haley continues to show perseverance and tenacity throughout every struggle she faces. The end.
And next to the podium is Ruckle Middle School. Lisa Knoll will tell us about their hero, Haley Grissamore.
Thank you. On behalf of Ruckle Middle School and Principal Joe Genazo, I would like to present this award to Haley Grissamore. Haley has endured multiple invasive musculoskeletal surgeries to correct and improve her hip mobility. The surgeries and recoveries have often been painful, yet Haley does not use them as an excuse, nor does she ever seek pity. She pushes through each surgery and excels regardless of her personal discomfort. Haley exemplifies a student hero. She is positive, tenacious, and intelligent. She is a natural leader. Blessed with a sharp wit and a sincere heart, Haley is a joy to teach and is well respected by her peers and instructors. Despite missing significant amounts of school and instruction due to necessary orthopedic assessments and surgeries, Haley will finish her 8th grade year with highest honors and a Presidential Academic Award. Haley's moral compass and perseverance makes her Ruckle's hero.
Jennifer Lewis from Shalimar Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Charlotte Schindler.
This is Charlotte. She's attended Shalimar since first grade. When she first arrived at Shalimar, she struggled with anxiety and separation from her mother. But her mother has been her biggest advocate and worked diligently for years to determine a physical and psychological reason for Charlotte's regressive academic, emotional, and physiological deficits. Charlotte did not walk until after the age of 2 due to a condition called cerebral hypotonia. Her anxiety was overwhelming at times, even to the point of being able to not attend class, causing her to fall behind academically and repeating a grade. Charlotte's medical team referred her for genetic testing in 2021. When they got the results, she was diagnosed with trisomy X, or triple X syndrome, and a rare microduplication at gene 15q13.3. Her mother knew that this was the missing puzzle piece to Charlotte's education and wanting to come to school, and she wanted to support her through that. So through ongoing therapy, counseling, and academic support, Charlotte's overcoming her obstacles. She now enters the school building every day, willingful and cheerfully. She was nominated by her peers to be a member of the Junior Hope Squad and has been an active participant in pursuing support for her peers in need since. She has conducted 2 successful Junior Hope Squad referrals, which have resulted in early intervention for students in crisis. She's developed a positive, can-do attitude towards participating in school activities. She displays empathy and kindness towards others, and she also scored a 3 on her FAST ELA this year, so we are super proud. We are honored to call Charlotte our Cox Hero for Shalimar Elementary.
Christine Glass from Shoal River Middle School will now introduce us to Marie Fensler.
Hello, my name is Christine Glass. On behalf of Shoal River Middle School, I'd like to present Marie Fensler as our Cox Inspirational Student Award winner. Last summer, Marie had a portion of her brain removed in an attempt to control uncontrollable seizures. It worked for a bit. Unfortunately, they have returned. This massive surgery and subsequent return of the seizures has not dampened her spirit or resolve. She continues to show up to a schedule filled with advanced classes and excel. If she's not at school, she's online, keeping up with her classwork and social activities. Her attitude in the face of huge medical trauma is a light in the darkness. She continues to laugh, share teenage secrets, and hang out with friends for a bit too long in the hallways sometimes. While the seizures have slowed her down for now, I have no doubt that she will persevere and continue to become the amazing young woman she is on the way to being. May I present Marie Fensler, Shoal River Middle School's Inspirational winner this year.
Zana Jackson from Shoal River Middle School has also been named a school hero, and here's Cherise Satterfield to share a story.
Hi, Azana Jackson is an incredible young lady. She's in my 7th grade English class, and despite losing her father 2 years ago and her mother on November 4th of this school year, Azana maintains a positive attitude and an incredible work ethic. She advocates for her needs, she makes good grades, and she continues to overcome every obstacle that she encounters. Her mother, Tanisha Hines, was a highly educated woman. I got the pleasure of meeting her. And she had very high expectations for Azana. I think you know that, right? And so I know that her mother is looking down today, very proud of what she has accomplished. Nowadays, Azana's grandfather, who's here with us, Mr. Tyrone Hines, has stepped up to the plate, and he's extremely proud of his granddaughter, as is her grandmother, Miss Jackson, who is here with us tonight, too. Mr. Hines told me that Azana wakes up every day and she cleans her room. Is that true? Reads her Bible and prays for those that she's going to encounter during the day. I am proud to introduce you guys to Azana Jackson, and I'm proud to call her Shoal River Middle School's Cox Hero.
Lauren Kreger from Southside Primary School is here to introduce us to their hero, Caden Stevick.
All right, I have had the pleasure of being Caden's ELA teacher for the last 2 years in kindergarten and in first grade. And like he said, he is a first grade student at Southside Primary School. Most of Caden's kindergarten year, he suffered with severe separation anxiety. Every single morning was a battle coming to school. He did not want to be there. He did not want to separate from his parents. And it was a challenge for both him and I, his parents, everybody in the school. We battle with that almost all of kindergarten. Caden is a very bright, kind boy. He is loved by his teachers and peers, and after many coping skills and going through some therapies and working with his parents, he has come to school every single day this year with a smile on his face. He is an A honor roll all year. He is a role model to his peers. He is looked up to. He is the first to help. He's always kind and generous to others, and he has learned how to cope with the anxiety, and he no longer struggles with it, and we are so proud of him as our Cox Inspirational Hero from Southside Primary School.
Ms. Kimberly from Walker Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Aiden Foley.
Good afternoon. Walker Elementary School is proud to introduce you to Aiden Foley, our Cox hero. Aiden comes to school almost every day with a smile on his face and a positive attitude that is infectious to both his classmates and teachers. He is persistent and always willing to try new concepts and strategies. Aiden is helpful and willing to lend a hand to assist others. His sense of humor is refreshing, and his lightheartedness is how he continues to push beyond personal struggles and overcome and keep our classroom a little less boring. Aiden demonstrates leadership qualities, and his peers follow his actions and examples. Prior and current teachers describe Aiden as both compassionate and a hard worker. He faces challenges with a can-do attitude. These qualities are evident in Aiden because his academics and behaviors have improved greatly throughout the years. An example would be attendance alone. He is always at school, willing to learn. His grades continue to show improvement as his classes become more rigorous. Aiden lives with his grandma and mom, and they experienced a great family tragedy after their home caught fire and they lost everything. But with family and school support, he has overcome a multitude of hardships throughout his elementary education. Aiden is a true hero and a great recipient for the Inspirational Cox Hero Award. Aiden Foley.
And our final hero for 2023 comes from Wright Elementary School. Esther Rodriguez is their hero this year, and Suzanne Boyd will share the story.
Good afternoon. I bring to you our very special number 37, Maria Esther Avila Rodriguez. Maria Esther Avila Rodriguez, known to her teachers and classmates as Esther, came to our country less than a very short year ago from Honduras and entered 5th grade speaking only Spanish. That is no longer the case, I can tell you. From the moment we met her, it was obvious that she wanted to learn, and she was here to learn and ready to learn. We observed her attentiveness in class. She tracked her teachers' every move, and she also even would observe her peers and learn from them and follow their cues. I mean, she was just an instant born-to-learn student. The best part about having Esther in class, according to her teachers, is her great smile and the twinkle in her eyes, especially when she answers a question correctly. Esther has shown tremendous growth in her English language learning, and she already very easily converses with her peers, her now friends, and teachers, and we are so proud of her and her drive and her persistence in the way she has worked to conquer the language barrier and become a bilingual person. Many of us envy that. She perseveres with a positive attitude every day, and we are proud to present Maria Esther Avila Rodriguez.
Let's give all these wonderful students another round of applause. Once again, I would like to thank all the schools for participating in this year's program to recognize these students. And again, thank you to the school district and your support of this program, and to our elected officials as well. Thank you so much for being here. Also would like to recognize and thank the Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners who passed a proclamation recently. I won't read all the whereases, but basically it names May 2023 as a Cox Inspirational Student Hero Month for Okaloosa County. So thank you to the Board of County Commissioners for also recognizing these wonderful students. With that, I would like to ask all the heroes to come back up front. We're going to move the podium out of the way, and the photographer is going to take a group shot. But that concludes the 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. Thank you so much.